Hi, my name is Phyllis Roman. I am a partner here at Geomonco Law Partners, and I'm here to talk to you today about the risks of using ChatGPT and other AI generative tools. Now, this is predominantly a video for non-attorneys, but the risks go for attorneys as well. In fact, several attorneys throughout the country have been sanctioned and scolded by courts for utilizing ChatGPT and AI in their briefs and the resulting errors that have occurred. So I'm going to go through 4 different risks with you today and discuss the risks of using this wonderful tool that we all have, which is this AI that's come up in ChatGPT. The number one risk, the largest risk, the one that so many attorneys have gotten in trouble for, is what's called legal hallucinations. This is where ChatGPT and other AI tools simply makes it up. They make up statutes, they make up case law, they make up court reasoning. It just takes the content that's out there in the world and legally hallucinates the rules and cases in that jurisdiction. So always be careful in using ChatGPT and AI for legal research and legal drafting, because a lot of times they will simply hallucinate the case law and rules out there. So be careful. A second risk is that it's not always up to date. So ChatGPT and AI pull from the internet, essentially. They don't, it's pulling from sites that are already out there and information that is already out there. And that information may not be the most up to date. So you could have a ruling in an appellate court or a Supreme Court that has overruled the case law that is already out there. And ChatGPT and AI don't know. They don't realize it, and so they're giving you incorrect information. Same with statutes. There could have been a new law that passed, and it's just not been written about a lot or referenced a lot online, and so ChatGPT and AI is not pulling in the new law and is relying on old, incorrect, outdated information. The risk for using ChatGPT for your legal research and your legal drafting is that it does not differentiate by jurisdiction. So I am a licensed attorney in Illinois. I practice in Illinois. I'm familiar with Illinois law, case law, statutes, common law, things of that nature. But ChatGPT is going to pull from all over the country, potentially all over the world, and get you the wrong information. The law in Illinois is different from the law in California, which is different from the law in Maine or Delaware, anything like that. There's a reason that attorneys are licensed in particular states, because the law is different state to state. So when you're utilizing ChatGPT, you could be pulling from the wrong jurisdiction, and you could be getting the law wrong, statute of limitations wrong. Like, what if the statute of limitations for personal injury in one state is longer or shorter? In Illinois, it's 2 years with some exceptions. But what if a state that you're in is actually only 1 year? And because you pulled the statute of limitations and ChatGPT said it was 2 years, you've now blown your statute of limitations. So having information from other jurisdictions can really be detrimental to your case. Another risk, a fourth risk that I have for using ChatGPT, using AI generative tools, is that it doesn't really understand nuance or changes in different areas of law. So for example, the other day, I don't think you shouldn't use ChatGPT. You shouldn't use AI. I use it. I use AI research as a starting off point. I wanted to do some research on work comp approval for medical treatment. And in the research that I was doing, the AI tool that I was using kept pulling in prior authorizations under health insurance. So it's very popular online right now, where people are learning on how to get around prior authorizations or denials by their health insurance and how to deal with them. Doctors are posting videos of the nightmare circumstances of them being on the phone for hours and hours trying to get their patients the treatment that they want to prescribe. And what my AI tool was pulling in was prior authorization, health authorization. That was not the information that I needed. I was looking up research to help my client on a work comp authorization, a work comp approval process. So the AI tool was not particularly helpful in that circumstance. Now I reworked the language and at least got to a starting off point, and then I went on and did my own research. So just be careful that the research and the information that ChatGPT or any AI tool is pulling in is relevant to your statute, is relevant to your jurisdiction, is relevant to your timeline, is relative and up to date, and frankly is not made up. These are all things that you need to be careful with in using ChatGPT, AI tools, things of that nature. I find these tools incredibly helpful, and I really believe that they are going to be for the benefit, but you just need to do it like you do with anything else. Use it with a caution, with a note of caution. If you're not an attorney, use it as a starting off point, but then talk to your attorney, right? Say, hey, rely on the attorney and any potential attorney, any attorney in your jurisdiction to let you know what the law is, what the rulings are, what the current law is, and making sure that you are correct in your analysis, in your legal analysis, in your legal drafting, things of that nature. If you need to talk to an attorney, myself and my colleagues are more than happy to speak with you. You can call our office at 630-635-5555. Have some fun with ChatGPT, learn some new things, draft some new things, but ultimately be cautious and be careful and understand that it is not infallible. Thank you.